Hello ladies, it's Nicole Ron again, and this is our 30th and final video together in the 5 Minutes for Mom, 5 Minutes for Yourself series. And I'm so excited to share with you because this is for you to utilize in your sexy adult time, okay? So I have 3 lube recipes for you that I've downloaded. They're brand new. I just downloaded them. So hold on to your hats, okay? So these are for when you are at that place in your life where you have a partner that you are committed to and you are going to the next level with them. So I've been married for 16 years. And the last probably 2 to 3 years, we have been intentionally using our intimate times together to manifest through things, work through things, heal through things. And if you're totally unfamiliar with that concept, that's fine. But there is a sacredness and a co-creation that happens in intimate times together. And I like to harness that energy because the orgasm energy is the same energy as manifestation energy. And so I have a whole course that I've written around this, and I'm continuing to write. And these blends, I wouldn't be surprised if they're in that. So you're getting a little snippet into that work that Source and I are co-creating. Okay, so I'm super excited to share this with you. This is going to, these 3 blends are going to work through nuances in your lovemaking, because there's a lot of buildup and a lot of foreplay before the orgasm. So just like in the manifestation process, there's a lot of clearing that has to happen. There's a lot of connection that has to happen. There's a lot of moving the energy down and then up, and it's like riding that wave, right? And there's a lot of energetic things going on in lovemaking. So we harness all of that energy is in part of a healing process, a bringing things into fruition process, and then the climax, right, or the orgasm. But there's so many nuances that we're working through. And so these blends, I am so excited because they address some of those blocks, some of those hang-ups, some of those things that we can almost get there, but we can't all the way get there. And that happens in our life, and it certainly happens in the bedroom, so, or wherever you like to have sex, okay? So I'm not super duper traditional. I want this to be very inclusive for everybody, but if I use traditional words, it's because I am in a fairly traditional relationship, okay? But I'm certainly not saying that's the only way. I'm not 100% sure how it works if you're polygamous or you have multiple partners, because that's not the energy that I've ever worked with. But try it and let me know what you think as well. But it's the creation energy. And if you don't have an intimate partner, you can work through these energies and co-create with God and Source, or whatever you like to say. And I'll do a whole nother talk on masturbation energy. That's a totally different energy, but for this purposes, it's a committed partner that is cognizant that you are working on things together. Okay? So the first blend, it's for authentic and pure connection and communication. So this is a lube, and I make mine in 2-ounce blend. So I just use a glass bottle with a dropper, and I put 3 drops. If you have hinoki oil, I really like hinoki in here, and I'll tell you why. It shifts from any feeling of hurriedness to just calm. So sometimes in lovemaking, you just want to hurry up and get to the orgasm, or you are maybe uncomfortable with vulnerability and intimacy even after all this time, because there's no expiration date on trauma. So you're at the place in your relationship where you want to work through and heal these things. Hinoki really addresses that. And if you don't have hinoki, you can substitute magnolia, because it gets you out of that defensive posture to where you can perceive what's really needed. So it's a similar energy, but it's different, but you can still work with it. And then 4 drops of kumquat. Kumquat is going to help you from any tendency you have to hide your true self to showing up completely sincere. So it's a great vulnerability oil. And you have to have vulnerability when you are co-creating with someone, when you're having intimacy with someone, not just sexually, but in any aspect of your relationship. And then 4 drops of Hawaiian sandalwood for clearing away any distraction, any distracted energy where your mind is like wanting to leave or disassociate, which happens a lot, especially if there's been trauma, to a true spiritual connection. So you have your connection to source, and then you have the connection to your partner. And so it just clears away all the distraction and get just laser focused on it's me, you, source, we're doing this thing. And then 4 drops of Roman chamomile from any part of us that's feeling really unsettled to feeling peaceful. So this is a great blend for when you are so much in your head that you're having a hard time being in your body and enjoying and relaxing. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, try to keep them around 5 minutes. We've already gone over, so I'm gonna do a part, like a second part and a third part, because I don't want to cut down the explanation. So this is For the Lover, part 1. All right.